buddy. You can do that for free. We don't need any payments for that. But we also have Christy. Okay, now, hello, Emily. Even though we've already Kirsten, sorry.
Yeah.
Kirsten.
Get it
I'm
right.
dyslexic, man. You switched the I and the R. And it's Kirsten. What's up, Emily?
Oh,
thank you for doing this. We've been talking about doing this for
a long time.
I need to do one with Josh too.
Yeah.
But I feel like his is going to be just insane.
Oh my God. His is going to be hilarious.
And it's like,
it's going to be hard to find a movie that
he hasn't seen.
Yeah, he hasn't seen or doesn't know.
I'm sure there's some.
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster, maybe. So again, thank you for doing this. It's a comedy. It's called Airplane. So the reason I wanted to do this movie with you, and can you guess why I wanted to do an airplane movie with you? There's two reasons, but there's one main one.
Because I have my pilot's license?
Because you have a pilot's license. There was another one that I wanted to do, but it doesn't take place on a plane that much, which is the movie Plane.
Okay, yeah. Haven't seen that one either, though.
It's literally called Plane. It's with Gerard Butler, and apparently it's like wildly inaccurate. Because the beginning of it, they're in a cockpit.
Yeah.
And it's just like wildly inaccurate. So that's why I wanted to see it, but that's only from what I understand, only like the first 45 minutes.
Copy. Sorry.
Don't worry, I can edit that out. Now, I'm very interested in this. And I think also too, because I don't think Josh has a license, does he?
No.
But how long have you had your pilot's license?
I started in 2019. And then when I went to Africa, obviously it lapsed.
You didn't do any piloting there?
No, I did not fly any airplanes in rural West Africa.
Okay.
Just donkey carts.
Can't fly those.
And those don't fly, unfortunately, no. But they go very fast.
That would be awesome if they did.
Not if you, I don't know, drove it off a cliff, but...
Yeah.
So yeah, and then when I came back and started grad school at MTSU, I saw airplanes all the time, and I was like... might as well get back into the swing of things and get it back. So I did.
So you were flying before that along, right? Because your pops has one?
Yes, my dad also has a private pilot's license, and his IFR has logged tons of hours. So I've flown in tiny little planes since elementary school when he got his license. So instead of road trips, we would just fly everywhere. So
I was talking to you about this, and I one of my chiropractor also has a private license. Mm-hmm. But he was like, "Oh yeah, we took a trip to Ohio," and he's like, "Yeah, it took like 7 hours," and I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "You could just get there on a regular plane in an hour and a half."
Yeah, but this way you can bring as much stuff as you want. You don't have to worry about weight fees. You don't have to worry about TSA or getting seats or anything on the airplane. And yeah, it takes longer, but it's more fun, in my opinion. It's private.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit next to a smelly stranger.
I like sitting next to smelly strangers.
Oh, of course you do.
I think I'm the only person on the planet that likes sitting in the middle seat.
Ugh. Yeah. No, thank you.
And also, too, I know it's inconvenient for the people because I'm a big dude, but it just feels like...
cozy.
Yeah, it's like cuddly.
You're just snuggled in.
Yeah, honestly. Especially when there's turbulence and I'm just like rocking back and forth. I'm like, they're moving, but I'm not because I'm like in between.
You're like stuffed in.
Yeah. Did your dad always have a plane? Like, did your dad own a plane?
He didn't
or is it like a co-op
own the plane. Well, when we were growing up, I remember him doing ground school and me sitting out in the hallway, like doing jump rope and being bored and coloring books and stuff. Like when I was little, that was probably like 3rd or 4th grade.
Okay.
I could be wrong. And then once he got his, completed his license, his PPL, he started looking into planes. One of his coworkers, who is also one of his good buddies, had a plane that he just happened to be selling, which is kind of what my dad wanted anyway. Mm-hmm. A Piper Cherokee 6-seater.
Ooh, nice.
He has a wife and 2 daughters, and we have a lot of things that we like to travel with. So, so he bought that, and we called it the Suburban of the Sky because we would
Load
load
it up.
that aircraft down.
Can you guys put luggage on top of the airplane?
No, obviously not. We did take the 2 middle seats out though and made
Okay.
it a 4-seater so we could put
More
more
stuff
stuff
with
in.
What's the weight limit on that thing?
I would have to look that up. I don't even
Sounds like
think
it's
of
high
it.
though.
It's high. I remember we would roll up to like the FBO and we just start unloading stuff after stuff after stuff and like have a huge pile. And then my dad's going through weighing everything. And
Oh, that's right. You have to do all that manually.
yeah, and all of the like
There's no
airport
program that does that for you.
geezers, you know, who just airport bums who just sit around, you know, watch airplanes,
Yeah.
which when I retire that would be lovely. Would be like, there's no way that you're gonna make that fit. No way. And
Yeah.
my dad's like, hey, watch me. And he made it work every single time. We don't find in Asheville. We
It's too
avoid
expensive,
that.
right?
Well, yeah.
And it's
And
just
so we
traffic.
could just go to Smyrna or Murfreesboro.
Okay.
I don't know why. I mean, it would be fun to, you know, land next to a 737, but there's no point for us to come to Nashville when we could go to
And
the
you know,
smaller
it's
ones.
funny. My sister makes fun of me because I talk about aviation a lot, but I'm like, you have no idea the people that I work with are like way more knowledge,
Yeah.
way more than I. Like, and they,
Yeah.
you have your private license right now. When you said like PPL, I was like, okay, like a
Yeah,
private license. Like,
yeah.
I figure out the acronyms after a while.
Yeah.
FBO is Fall Out Boy. That's cool.
Yeah, follow FBO, FOB, yeah, whatever.
You were telling me this a while ago that you were thinking about getting your like commercial pilot's license.
I thought about it for a while, and I do enjoy flying. It is a very expensive hobby to have, but it's a great stress reliever. You get out and it's beautiful, and you can just kind of bebop around, do whatever you want. Not whatever you want. There are a lot of rules involved, but
If the FAA, if you're listening, there's
yeah,
lots of rules.
FAA. If you're listening, I follow
follows
all of the
every single
rules
rules.
every single time. I promise. Whoops.
Yes, because they're listening. So
Yeah, you never know. The FBI is always listening.
that is true.
I
forgot to turn off my Google Home.
So I thought about it for a while, but then, you know, working in aviation is nice because I've been able to talk to pilots who do it for a job, for a career. And the more I talked to them, the more I was like, I don't think I would really love that lifestyle of being on the road for weeks at a time. I'm a homebody. I like to go home at the end of my day and hang out with my dog, who's here, Radar.
Radar, come here, buddy.
Oh, he's such a good boy. He came. Yeah, he's a good boy. And,
Come here.
you know, and then I'd have to worry about boarding him all the time and things like that. So
Radar, say something to the people. No, he's not.
he's just snooping around.
Oh yeah. You know what? For a while, I wanted to get a private license, but then I found out how much it was.
Yeah.
And this was in California, which I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but it might be more. I feel like it's more expensive over there.
Probably. I mean, the price ranges probably differ, but it also depends on like which aircraft you're renting out. You know, like obviously the Cessnas are going to be cheaper, and they're great planes to learn on too, because they're gonna fly. They're gonna fly no matter what. They're just easy. Because my dad's plane's a low wing. I liked renting the Warrior out, which was a 4-seat low wing. But it was a little more expensive.
How much is it like per hour?
Gosh, I think I was paying around like $400.
Oh my god!
But then I was like plus instructor, plus
fuel?
but the additional fuel charge if you went over a certain amount. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like the 400 included fuel up to a certain point. Well, once you got into cross countries, when I was working on my IFR, where you have to go out to hit the point to come back in and follow it, that got a lot more expensive. Once you when you're ready for your license, you have to pay for the written test. And if you fail that, then you got to pay again to take it. You have your practical. So you have the oral exam with a DPE. And then you have to actually go out and fly the plane with them while they tell you what to do. And then they're like, oh, engine failure. What do you do? And you just try not to panic.
Have you done those before? Did they they make you stall and then you have to like recover from it?
Yes.
I've seen videos of that online. And I'm like, no, 100% no. Like, why would I do that?
Well, because you have to know what to do in
I would
that
just
situation.
I would rent a plane that had the parachute and I would just pull it.
No.
Yeah.
No, my favorite thing to do was, once I got the hang of it, at first it was scary, but everything is going to be scary at first. My favorite thing was to practice stalls. like power on stalls.
Yeah.
So you go up and up
then just-
and then wait for the power to cut, and then you go boo, and like you fall down, and then you cut the engines back in, and then
So
cruise
like
back
when
up
it's
to your
when it stalls
altitude.
like that, it doesn't when it goes down, does it go like in a straight line, or does it start like
So what you have to do in that situation, you don't want it to spin. That's a whole other, that goes into like commercial training where you have to learn how to get out of a spin.
Yeah.
So because you don't want that to happen, because it's much more difficult to get out of. So when you're simulating a stall, you know it's coming. So you're going through the checklist in your head already of what you got, the steps you need to do. So then you do that, you hit the right rudder so it doesn't start spinning to keep you straight, and then you do the rest of the steps.
That's probably the reasons why I was just like, yeah, no. Yeah. And also too, like I'm a nervous person, and there's some math involved, and
there is some math involved.
Dyslexic, and I was just like, yeah, no.
I'm also a nervous person, but I'm nervous at first, but then once I get comfortable and used to something, it's like no problem. And then math does suck. Math sucks hard. But that's what your phone is for.
Yeah.
It's called a calculator, and that helps. You can also
also that relies on you putting the numbers in correctly, not backwards.
That too. You can also Excel spreadsheets. Love them. Create weight and balance formulas on those.
Oh, you can? That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's how we do weight and balance for my dad's plane.
Okay.
Is we have an Excel spreadsheet that we can help us do the calculations so we don't have to do it manually every time. Or we could do it manually and then we could input the numbers in the Excel to make sure it comes out right.
You gotta take us all up.
Okay.
But we'll pay for it.
No, you cannot pay for it. Why? Because I do not have my commercial. I will have to pay for everything. For those of you listening.
For the FAA listening. Okay, I didn't know that.
For the FAA listening, I will pay for everything. They will pay for nothing.
And we'll just be good people.
We're just gonna go get cheeseburgers somewhere.
There's an airport in North Carolina that has like a restaurant near the runway, and I've always wanted to go there.
Oh, there's a lot of airports that have that.
And you could just go.
Yeah. So one of my favorite memories growing up, we were flying from Nebraska to Tennessee.
Okay.
For Christmas, I think. I don't remember. But we stopped over in Missouri on the way. And I felt like a rock star because we were going to Lambert's, which is, I don't know if anyone's heard of Lambert's, home of the throne rolls. It's like a very famous restaurant. You gotta go.
Okay.
Because their homemade rolls, which are huge, like throw them across the room to you.
That sounds familiar.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun.
That sounds familiar, yeah.
When we were coming into land, we were talking to the people at the FBO, like we're just, stopping in for lunch, going to Lambert's, and they're like, oh, we'll call a car. So what happened is, we land taxied. Lambert's sent a car to pick us up, took us to the restaurant. There's a line all the way out the front door, right? Like huge line. And they walked us in the back door because we flew in. And
VIP, very VIP.
VIP, and immediately sat us. Yeah, it was
Where
cool.
is this again?
I think it was in Branson, Missouri.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
I could be wrong. This was like middle school. It was like a while ago.
Was it 15 years ago? No, more than that probably.
We don't need to do the math, right?
No, I know how old you are. I know exactly how old you are.
But,
I'm not going to say how old you are, but you are 10 years younger than I am. So
yeah,
just do the math.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So, and there's a lot of airports, little airports, they'll have courtesy cars. So when you land, you can go get food or something, or they'll be able to take you somewhere to get a rented vehicle. So.
Well, I'm right there with you, Emily, because I have about 2 hours of flight time.
Oh, yeah.
An hour in a plane and then an hour in a simulator. So.
Yeah, you could just.
I'm right there.
You could go take your test tomorrow.
I crashed in a simulator. In the simulator, not in an actual airplane.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so speaking of dyslexia, but I don't even know if that really has to do with that, but it's just left and right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably know, you know this. I know you know this, but to steer when you're on the ground, you steer with your feet. So the guy was like left, and I would put right. Because I just, like, that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
So, like, I literally would have to be, like, left and then, like, tap my left leg.
Left.
And then one time he was like, left. And I kept going. I'm like, I'm going left. And it was no.
Your other left.
Oh, and I was about to get off the taxiway. And he was like, dude, I was about to cut the engine. He got mad at Connor because he didn't throw the ball. Or that might be a
No,
dog
there's
outside.
something outside.
Get him, boy. Get him.
Ringo, hey, come here. Hey, good job.
Protect the house. Come back.
For me, like I really wanted to do that, but it wasn't like I don't know how far I would have taken it. Like it would probably I don't think I would have been commercial pilot. No.
Yeah.
I've always been obsessed with planes. I think this because my parents, when we were young, before they got money, one of the things that they would do is on Friday nights they would take us to in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
There's a road that one of the runways, like the flight plan is they have to go over that road.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just spend the whole night just watching planes. And that's one of my first memories, and like I still love doing that.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny. I was talking to my sister about this a couple of weeks ago, and she's like, I knew we were poor because she's 4 years older than me.
Yeah.
So she's like, I knew we were poor, and that's why we did that, because we had no money.
But it was something fun to go do.
Something fun to go do. So she's like, I think that's why I don't care about aviation as much as you do. Like she's like, it bores me. Like all the stuff that you talk about, she's like, I can't.
Yeah.
And so she was like, maybe it's a little bit of a trauma, but you were a kid and you had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So like I found it as something fun to do. And I still remember like them giving me like creamsicle popsicles, and like we would sit on the hood or the top of the car.
Yeah, the roof.
And just watch planes like go over. And every time I pass by here in BNA, that road that leads from the employee parking lot where the planes fly over it, like it always reminds me of that.
Oh, yeah.
And
I love watching
I've wanted to do that before, but I don't think you can park there.
Park where?
What's that road?
Oh, that one road.
Like one that you turn on Donaldson.
Faircloth? No.
The one one
something like that. Yeah, I don't think you can park there.
But you can do it in the parking lot.
Yeah, just park in the employee lot and watch.
But the thing is though, like we don't have cool planes like they do in.
No.
It's only like 7.
It's only our company planes.
Honestly, 50 was like now 70% of the airport is Southwest, so it's just like there's
because we have so many flights now.
200.
I don't want to think about it.
Well, we're gonna have to think about it in about 10 hours.
In 10 hours I'll think about it, but until then, I'm not thinking about it.
All right, so real quick, this movie Airplane, it's a comedy, it's a satire, and it's basically a shot for shot of this movie. Oh gosh, what's the movie called? It's a spoof of this movie called 0 Hour that came out in 1957. As old as my dad. Oh, that's crazy. But this movie, you might not know these names. The main people are Robert Hayes.
Okay.
Julie Hardigray. I don't know who that is. But the side characters, Leslie Nielsen.
Okay, yeah.
You know who that guy is? Robert Stack. He was the guy who was the host of Unsolved Mysteries back in the day. The one that had that really deep voice.
Nope.
No? Okay. Lloyd Bridges is Jeff Bridges and Bo Bridges' dad.
Okay.
And then Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh, yeah. Obviously know that one.
Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of funny bits. It's a parody, obviously. But the thing is, I want you to keep an eye on, and everybody, is like some of the jokes, like I feel are kind of dated.
Okay.
Not in the sense of like being, well, I was gonna say racially bad, but
probably
maybe. But like it's not anything that you're like, oh, I need to turn this off. Like it's funny. There is a joke towards my expense, and it's almost like within 30 minutes of the movie.
Okay.
It's really funny. And I'll let you decide. I'll let you see if you pick up on it.
Oh my gosh!
Because I think it's one of the funnier.
Like a test.
It's one of the funnier jokes at my expense that I've seen in like television.
Okay. Keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it. Yeah. And then so I chose this movie because of that reasons, and I don't think there's anything more to say. We got people here that are wanting to watch the movie. Radar's ready to go, and your dog's name is Radar.
Yeah, for aviation, not because of MASH, which is what everyone thinks.
Oh.
The TV show MASH.
Never seen it.
I
know of it.
There's a character named Radar on it. I also didn't really watch the show much. My parents had.
I'm not 105.
But
somebody is.
I'm gonna say I make a joke of every time my mom watches it, I just start singing the theme song and it cracks her up.
What's the theme song? All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Emily.
Yes.
What did you think of this crazy movie?
It was probably one of the most random movies I have seen in a long, long time. I was so confused with the plot. When we first watched it, I was like, there's so many random things happening, and I was confused what the point was. But then, once people started getting sick, you kind of figured out like,
Yep.
oh, he's the only pilot and he's going to have to work through his little PTSD trauma stuff and land the plane and get the girl. And
when you said that, I was like, what's the plot? I was like, oh, snap. It doesn't start for like 30, 45 minutes, like the actual plot of the movie.
I was just like, this is like, okay, lots of random stuff going on. What's the point of this again? Is it being highly unrealistic?
Yeah. I mean, I saw that you were cringing at certain parts of the movie, even though it's an airline, but still. I mean, even for me, like, not so much the inaccuracies, but it's just funny to see a pre 9/11 like airplane movie.
That was true, because some of it's like that would definitely not happen today, but like
having a kid in the cockpit,
would that have been a thing back then? Like,
I remember flying with they had the doors open, but that was even after 9/11. Wait, was it? No, yeah. After 9/11, they stopped doing that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, but this was after what happened with Eurowings, that you have to have 2 people in the cockpit at all times. I remember the pilots flying with the doors open.
That's crazy. I don't remember that, but I'm
old like that.
Younger.
And then the pre TSA airport.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember them having, if they had metal detectors. I'm pretty sure they did, but maybe not X-rays.
But
like they do
it wasn't
now.
as like in depth. Yeah.
No, and I remember when my dad would go on business trips, we would go to the door with him.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember that, like, I didn't go to big airports like this when I was young.
That's true. You were in small town Nebraska.
I mean, we did when I was really little, but then once my dad got the plane, we didn't do commercial flying unless we were going far, you know?
But the big airport for you would be
Denver.
Oh, Denver. Oh, you're closer to Denver?
Western Nebraska, yes. Denver.
Oh, so that is
3 hours from Denver, 6 hours from Omaha.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, Omaha's a small airport.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's still small, but it's getting a little bigger, I think.
They got 3 planes now.
They got 3 whole planes.
You know what I really liked about this movie? And this time, I think I mentioned a couple of things. That, like, there's gags or jokes in the background, and you have to pay attention to it.
And pay attention to that,
so,
yeah.
There's a running gag throughout the movie that the pilot keeps telling the little kid, like, weird stuff. Like, have you ever seen a girl naked? Have you ever seen a Gladiator movie?
Yeah.
But in the beginning, he grabs, like, some naughty magazines, and I never noticed that.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Yeah, I clocked that as soon as I saw, like, the naughty section. I was like, the pilot's getting a dirty magazine.
Yeah, he's getting a dirty magazine.
For sure.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. What were some of the side gags that you noticed?
The PA announcements were hilarious, where they were getting in a fight
Like
about the white zone and the red zone and speaking over each other for the parking. And then...
that guy never got his ride.
Oh, yeah, the poor guy stuck in the taxi. What was it, up to like $115 at one point? I'm like, dude, just leave. Just leave.
There was something that Kirsten noticed that I didn't notice.
What?
That the guy who was oh my God, my Mexican's coming out. The guy that was washing the windshield was JJ from Good Times.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that either. Well, what I noticed during that is, like, when he was popping the hood on the nose of the aircraft, I was like, that's not how that opens. On that type of aircraft, it doesn't even open. Like, I was just like, so that's something I was, like, cringing about, was like...
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be a gag.
Like,
is that where the radar dish is at?
Yeah. So, and I was just like... What? But I get it. It's a gag.
The other thing, too, is crazy that they asked him smoking and non-smoking, and that was a thing.
Yeah, I had that note written down. Like, the smoking versus non-smoking was very crazy to me.
Do you guys even remember, even in restaurants, that they would ask you smoking and non-smoking? Now it's kind of ubiquitous that everywhere they don't.
No, I don't remember that either.
There was like a smoking section, yeah.
You gotta remember, I grew up in rural.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure.
We didn't have... I guess some of the nicer restaurants probably had the smoking, non-smoking, like, dudes,
but all of it was just all smoking.
Dude, yeah. Like, the bars were definitely smoking friendly, but we didn't, like, eat out a ton growing up because
there's no
middle of nowhere, you got to drive so far.
Is that where your dad decided to get a
restaurant.
pilot's license to, just to get to other places quicker?
My papa was also very big into aviation.
So it's a family thing.
He took, my dad and his siblings to air shows all the time to do stuff like that. So it was just he had the opportunity to do it in Western Nebraska because there was a small flying school there.
Yeah.
So, and it was probably cheaper.
I forgot to mention in the beginning that my best friend Jacob, shout out Jacob, he actually has his pilot's license. I think I sent you a video of his like first land solo flight.
I think you might have. Yeah.
And then he like bounced a little bit, and then
That's okay, Jacob.
Yeah.
We all do that every now and then. You'll
yeah.
get better.
It's actually kind of crazy that the airport over there in Van Nuys, if you ever get a chance to fly into that, it's pretty crazy.
Where's it at?
In LA.
If I ever fly to Carolina or North Carolina, no,
California.
I'm looking at the state
The
too.
states, and
I'm like, ugh. Because I just see the CAO and my dyslexia is coming out.
For that one, you have to wait for traffic for Burbank and from LAX.
Yeah, no, I will not fly into that. That's
and
fine.
So
I'll pass.
Did I fly there? I think okay, so the one time I didn't fly with him. So I did the simulator with my friend Jacob, but then before I did it with another friend of mine. And we took turns flying and with the trainer, but we flew over LAX. So in LAX, there's a corridor that you can fly through it. Yeah. And I don't know if I flew over that. I think my friend might have been the one, but I flew into the ocean and then came back and we flew through clouds. And he said, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, no, not unless you have your IFR. You're not supposed to fly through clouds.
It was in the middle of the day. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I still can't do it.
So FAA, you're not listening to this. It's fine.
I hope not. Naughty. I also found the Who's on First skit when they were going through their checklists and stuff. The Roger,
Oveur,
and Victor.
No, Clarence Oveur.
Clarence Oveur, Roger, and Victor. As a shout out to the Who's on First skit, that was pretty funny.
Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
So through the movie, you were saying that the actress who played Elaine.
Yes.
You were trying to figure out where she's from. What's her actual name?
Oh my gosh, I don't. Her actual name.
I said it earlier, but
Julie Hagerty.
Hagerty, okay.
Which,
shout out Julie Hagerty. Sorry, messed up her name.
Shout out Julie. So I was like trying to remember. I was like, what do I? She reminds me of something, and she's been in a few movies after I looked, but the one that I was thinking of was She's the Man with Amanda Bynes.
I know the movie.
It's the mom.
Oh, it's the mom.
She's the mom. Yeah, but I was just like, oh my god.
There's also like there's a bunch of cameos from people, but I don't know since they're like older stars. So
yeah.
There was Ethel Merman.
Yes.
I don't know who that is. I've heard the name.
Yeah, well, same. Like, and I know she sings.
You were singing the song. I don't know where's that from.
That's her song. So like, I know the song. It's a classic, but that's all I got.
It's not really a cameo because he wasn't famous, but the actor, the actor Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad, he was there, but it was not a cameo because he wasn't famous back then.
Yeah.
Then the lady that was talking jive, the older lady, I'm pretty sure that's somebody famous.
Yeah.
I just don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I think the nun might have been also too. Sorry. Okay, so let's go to some of the jokes. Did you get the one that I was like, oh, that's for me?
No, I didn't pick up on it.
I think you guys might have been like laughing at a previous joke. So the joke is when he's going into the airport. In the beginning, when they're going through the airport, all these people are trying to hand people pamphlets.
Yes.
And like church of this, church of that. So when Stryker goes in to the airport, he starts beating everybody up.
Yeah.
And one of them says Church of Jehovah's Witnesses, and he punches him in the stomach. And I'm like, that's honestly one of the funniest jokes for me in that movie. Because I remember, I don't know if Jehovah's Witnesses did that back in the day, but I do remember going to airports and then people just trying to hand you pamphlets.
Yeah. No, I got stopped. I flew into Kansas City and I was going to the carousel to get my bag to go meet my friends out on the curb. These people stopped me to try and get me to like donate money to something or other. And I'm like, no. And they're like, please. And I'm like,
that's a little much.
Yeah. I'm like, leave me alone. No.
If they had like just a kiosk there, but like if they come up to you.
No, they were just like standing there in the airport handing out flyers.
But also
and trying
like,
to get people
who really has change nowadays? Like cash on
well, no, they wanted us to make credit card donations.
They have Venmo now.
Monthly payment. Yeah.
For a nickel, you could feed a child.
Yeah.
They eat change.
And I'm like, no, sorry, I'm already broke. Like,
I flew here for free, man. Please.
I flew here for free. That's the only reason I'm here. Sorry, I cannot afford to donate $25 a month.
Oh Lord!
I don't even remember what they.
You want me to cut my Netflix? No, thank you.
They were like, that's the lowest payment we offer, and I was like, what?
So they don't offer.
And they're like, you can, and we also don't do one time. It has to be recurring. I was like. Y'all are picky. Like, you're driving a hard. You really want me to help donate right now when you're like, no, actually, it's like this or nothing. And then I was
then
like,
they punched him.
Well, it's nothing. I wish I could have, but
Okay, so we were talking about in the beginning. What were some of the jokes that you were like, "Oh, that's a little outdated"? Because there was a bunch of them.
There was
The whole jive thing.
The whole jive thing, very outdated. Also, the cultural references.
Yeah.
It
was like
were
the newscasters, like all of them.
the newscasters, and then the individuals when he would talk them to death, and like the ways they
would
kill themselves.
I didn't know. I only noticed it because the guy who was Japanese. He did a seppuku.
Yeah.
But then the other one was gonna light himself on fire.
Yeah. And then the woman hung herself. And then I did like the Peace Corps mention, because anytime Peace Corps is mentioned, I'm like, woo. But then I didn't love how Peace Corps was portrayed in it, because it came off very like white savior and trying to like push Western culture on them, which
Basketball.
is definitely not what we do.
Did they do that in the 70s? Maybe no.
Not in the 70s, because I knew someone who was Peace Corps volunteer.
How long
in the
were
70s.
you Peace Corps?
I was only there 6 months, unfortunately. I was supposed to be there 2 years.
But then COVID.
But COVID happened. Emergency evacuation. Lots of trauma. So.
But you got radar out of it.
I did get radar out of it. He's the one good thing to come from COVID.
For you.
Really.
But radar, will come and love me.
He's not a super cuddly, lovey, affectionate guy until he's like ready for bed.
No, that's messed up. I want a dog that's like by me the entire time.
Right? No.
I need that affection. By the way, I think I wrote down in my notes there. We were talking about this. That I want to fall in love like Ted and Elaine did.
Yes. I just want to look across the bar and just, love
Find
at first
somebody.
sight. But that's never gonna happen. So.
I mean, hey. You never know. You might end up in a bar somewhere in Vietnam.
In Vietnam.
Well, they never actually say it was a Vietnam
Honestly.
War, but I'm assuming it was the Vietnam War because it was.
Yeah, who knows? Or I may have to go to war with the current state of everything.
Not me, baby.
And then maybe
Unless they actually need people, then they're just not even.
They're like, they don't even care. And then, who knows? Maybe
I'm-
I'll trauma bond with someone.
Yeah, it's International Women's Month, so you know what? I say draft women as well. Equality, baby.
Equality. Here we go.
This is what you guys wanted. Yeah, let's get it.
Woo.
New wave feminism. Get in the draft.
That'll be great. Who knows? Maybe I'll be, stationed somewhere.
But you have
in
pilot
Alaska.
experience, so.
Yeah, doesn't mean I'm capable of flying a fighter jet.
No, but you could tell them, hey, I got you guys. Now, how confident are you that you could land a plane like that?
Like a 737?
Yeah, whatever that was.
Like, absolutely not.
Like, even if they were, like, obviously, like even he said it's like different. It's an entirely different kind of flying
It's
altogether.
completely different. There's so much
But if you
more.
were instructed, like if you were, like you have some basis for certain things.
I
But
do
now
have basis. Like, I could read the basic instruments that they have.
Yeah, you were reading them there. We were like, what's that? And you were like, oh, that's this and that's that. So,
Yeah. But
you have a leg up.
I do have a leg up on, like, the common person.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. It would be very difficult, I think.
It would be like, you get up and then it's like, you're like, I have flown Cessnas, and then another guy was like, I used to be a pilot in the military. And
I'll be like,
oh,
he got it.
like, oh, I don't want to fly a plane anyways.
I'll be your FO.
Yeah.
I'll help.
Is it okay to call them FOs?
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, a captain, and they're like, hey, FO. It's like, I don't know.
First officer.
I know
yeah.
it's first officer,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Or I just call them, hey guys, hey pilots. Or
Hey, dudes.
usually I have their names in front of me, so I say, hey, Mr.
Man.
Mr. What's His Bucket.
So the main premise of the movie, we're spoiling the movie, but is that Radar barks. Thank you, Radar. I want him to say something into the mic.
Wait, come here.
Wee.
I might be able to get him to bark. Pause.
Look, I always thought, I've never been this close to Corgi. I always thought they were smaller, but that's a big boy.
He's not overweight.
And you said he's a medium size, right?
No,
Yes.
I wasn't
Like, this
expecting.
is normal.
I wasn't expecting long.
Yeah,
I know they said he's a big boy, but he's not overweight. I just want to preface that. Can you speak?
Speak it to the mic.
You want to talk? He's like, what is happening? Can you bark? I never taught him how to speak, so who is it? Who's there? Who's there?
What's it?
Who is it?
Oh, he does. He does bark. He does bark when you do. Thank you, Radar.
Good job.
He's like, this was a double.
Yeah. Hey, it's okay. Good job.
Good job, buddy.
You protect-
Dude, that's like clockwork. Like you just say that and he starts barking.
Yeah, you protect the house. Good boy.
Get him.
That's how you get him to stop.
Oh, you just tell him you did a good job protecting the house.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone on flights with you?
No, he's too big to fit in a carrier. He's been in my dad's plane plenty
saying,
of
yeah,
times.
like that.
Yeah. He doesn't love it because it's very noisy.
You don't
So
put
when
little earmuffs on him?
Well, he doesn't fly enough for me to get earmuffs. But no, he'll just go curl up in the back cargo compartment usually. We'll just put his dog bed back there and stuff because it's the furthest away from the engine, so it's the quietest. He'll just he'll just lay back there.
You know what's funny? Like when I flew, the one time I flew in a small plane like that, I felt more comfortable and less nervous than I did in a big plane.
Really?
I don't know
Why?
I have no idea. I
'Cause
think because he
people
had a
are
parachute.
usually like the other way around.
He had a I think the plane had a parachute on it.
And that's why you were like,
I think that's why.
we got a parachute.
Yeah, I just pull the thing.
Just pull the thing. We'll be fine.
But apparently you have to pull like with a lot of force for that to come out. Yeah.
I would assume. I've never flown a plane with a parachute.
Do pilots consider that like cheating? Do you guys consider
What do
that?
you mean?
Like, oh, that's cheating. Like you have to learn how to like get out of a situation like that.
No. I don't think a pilot would ever consider that cheating when it's a life or death matter.
Yeah, but you want to look cool. You know what I mean?
Unless you die.
Unless you die.
Die. You're not
Like,
looking
hey, buddy, at least he looked cool while dying. He died with his shades on. Like
those Ray-Bans.
every time I go on a plane and it takes off, I listen to Danger Zone.
Oh my gosh, really?
One time, the pilot we were leaving over the intercom. He put on Danger Zone. I have a video of it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It is, and once we he stopped it, everybody started clapping.
Yeah.
That was the day that I think I was texting you that I was freaking out going from Kansas, that it was like super windy.
Yes.
It was that flight.
Okay.
That flight.
Nice.
That flight was crazy.
Was it really gusty coming?
It was so gusty, and apparently in Kansas City,
yeah.
it's a thing.
That's normal. Yeah. Western Nebraska is really windy too.
I remember like, you know that feeling when you take off and it's like the G's kind of hit you for like a little second.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like it was so strong, like I curled down. I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. No, I remember like flight training. I would be flying in like some crazy crosswinds, but that was just like normal. Like it's normal to be windy, and normally, like students here, when I was flying here, there'd be like a crosswind of like, I don't know, like 17, 18. And I'd be like, psh, yeah, let's go flying, easy peasy. And nobody else would be out because it was like so gusty and so crazy. And I was
That's
like,
nothing to you.
Western Nebraska, that was every day. If I didn't fly like that, I wouldn't be able to fly at all. Like,
Are you guys high elevation?
Yes, we are a higher elevation. Yeah.
Not like Denver or like the rest of Colorado, but higher.
But pretty high, yeah.
You got to take us up one time.
I don't know. We'll see.
And then you can let me fly.
Maybe once I have the plane trimmed out. Yeah. I'll let you do
once
some
you give it a
turns.
haircut.
Yeah, once I give it a haircut, I trim it out.
Trim it out. What were some of the inaccuracies you saw of like the flying? Speaking of trim.
Well, speaking of can I just say the blow up autopilot?
That's pretty funny.
That was ridiculous.
And then
I would say like a lot of it, like maybe in cockpits back then they had an actual phone they talk on, but like they have like an actual handheld radio they talk on. Otherwise it's their headsets. Their headsets didn't have mics on it.
It clicks on the...
So it clicks on the thing.
On the yoke, right? Isn't there one on the yoke?
Yeah,
too?
there are ones on the yoke. And they were using like the phone or like the handheld.
And then the co-pilot or the FO had to speak for the pilot.
Yeah, which is like not a thing. Yeah, because they can both talk. Like whoever's flying the plane communicates ATC. So, and it was really weird because when they were communicating, like, we're like calling Chicago, but they were in like Nebraska or something. And I'm like, that's not Chicago. You would
call Nebraska like the...
you would call the air station like here in Tennessee, you've got like Memphis Center and things like that. Like you'd be calling the center ATC control for that area. You wouldn't call where you were going because where you're going
has no idea what's going. Like,
has no idea what like the weather and things are like where you're currently at. So and then also when they were like, it's fogged in everywhere. I'm like, the whole section of that country is fogged in.
That was also weird to me too. That like they're like, we can't land for another 2 hours. And I'm like, why can't you land?
Yeah. Well, I get like why the other guy. Here's like where my track of thought went when he's like, you still have 2 hours of fuel. Usually in situations where there is like potential for crash, you want to burn down that fuel.
Okay.
So it's not as much fuel for an explosion. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you circle down and lose it.
Be able to dump it? Maybe those planes didn't have that.
I don't know. I mean, when I fly my little plane, because I don't know how to fly a 737 at all. Let me just preface that.
Also,
that's
I don't
all
think
guesswork.
I wasn't a thing. It had 4 engines, so it wasn't a 737.
But like in our little planes, you can't just like reach out the window and open the fuel compartment to dump the fuel. You know, especially if you're in the highway or the high wings, you feel on top of the wheels or wings. So you'd have to like crawl out your window, get on top of the wing, open it, and like try and dump the fuel out with the sump pumps and stuff. Like you couldn't really dump the fuel, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but on the bigger planes.
On a big
plane, I was
know.
like, maybe. I was like, wouldn't they just turn back? Or land in Denver?
You could turn back, or you could land at one of your diversion airports, which like a couple planes in Nashville did that the other day with our heavy fog in the morning. They diverted to
Memphis and Atlanta.
Louisville, I think.
Louisville's one of them?
Yeah. It just depends on like where they're coming from and fuel burn calculations, which your alternate airports would be to fly to if you had to hold out for so long. Because it's all math. It's all math. It's all fuel burn calculations, which luckily I don't have to do. That's all dispatch, man.
It's all Dallas.
They got all that.
So one of the things that we were talking about, so like, again, I don't even think I explained it. So the premise is that they're on the flight, everybody gets sick, who eats fish.
Yeah.
And the pilots, all the pilots, the captain, the FO, and the engineer, they all eat the fish.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, I'm almost positive that they're not supposed to eat
the same meal.
And Kirsten looked it up, and they're not.
They're not. Okay.
So, but what I saw is,
it makes sense.
It's not an FAA thing. Yeah. It's more of an airline policy.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's not strictly enforced by the FAA, but
yeah.
And then, like I said, not at the same time. And then you were saying the stuff I've been guilty of doing is giving food to the pilots or like candies.
Yes.
And they're not.
They're not supposed to. Like, if it's sealed and, like in a store-bought container, like, sealed and everything, like, there's no way an individual could have tampered with it, they can have it.
Probably after their shift or whatever.
But most pilots, even, like, if passengers give them, like, candy and things like that, they're like, we don't want it. Just, like, they give it to the flight attendants. They'll give it to me, you know, or they'll just throw it away.
Yeah.
Because it's a safety concern.
Yeah,
and then if it's like home baked anything, like
brownies,
definitely that's a huge no. Nobody eats that. Not even flight crew. Not even me. So.
Oh heck no! I would never.
Yeah, and people do that. I mean, they're being kind.
Yeah.
And nice, but it's like it's a safety thing.
Like,
we can't do that. Like yeah.
Or what if they put laxatives in them?
Oh my gosh, that would be horrible.
I mean, the thing is, also too, we're kind of safe here with us, is, or at least with Southwest, we don't serve food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
Although those new pistachios are pretty good.
So I've heard.
You never had them?
I'm not huge on pistachios.
Not a pistache girl.
I'm not a pistache girl. So
you don't like pistachio and you don't like cilantro. What's going on?
I'm a picky eater. Let me tell you.
You are?
I really am.
Are you a picky eater?
I am. But, like, only, like, it's one of those things where, like, I'm willing to try. Like, I'm willing to be, like...
Yeah. Like, I'll try it. Like, I had guinea pig in Peru.
Don't tell me what... Don't hold on. It's called...
Yeah.
Chinche?
I don't know. Oh, I was just like... guinea
Did you like it?
No.
What did it taste like?
It was like, okay, think dark meat chicken. Really greasy. Mm-hmm. But, like... more gamey taste to it.
Was it more of the fact that you kind of knew what you were eating and that kind of like weirded you out?
No.
Or was it the taste?
I think it was just the taste. Like, yeah, I don't know. It was weird that like the head was just like staring at us while we were eating.
Oh yeah,
body,
that's how they serve it. Yeah.
Yeah, they roast it on like a little spigot and chop it up.
But those are bred for.
Yes, they're bred for. It's like their delicacy.
Sorry. No,
There's probably someone outside. He's upset about. Radar, chill.
Does he do that in your apartment?
Yeah, he does.
Well, he's just keeping us safe.
He is keeping us safe. I'll just say he's my service
Yeah, I mean,
animal.
isn't he? I thought he was an emotional support dog.
No.
Is he your what about an emotional support guinea pig? Now, I don't know if you could, I mean, I don't know if you could say that, but have you seen people like that at ops
No,
that have
because
like
we only allow cats and dogs on
cats and
flights.
dogs,
Yeah.
not like an emotional support parakeet
No.
or?
No, we don't.
Can you
allow
fly
that.
with animals other than
dogs
that?
and cats?
Even if
No.
it's just like
Not with
a gecko
Southwest.
or like a fish or something.
Nope,
like that?
not with Southwest. Fish are only in the cargo bin.
That's true. Same with
Same with
reptiles.
Reptiles. I was gonna say we've had crabs, lobsters,
Oysters.
There was an alligator one time.
I had a scorpion.
I
Just
didn't.
like a little, yeah.
You had scorpions? No.
Ooh.
Because those that can survive, I guess, not being pressurized, I guess.
Yeah. I guess they're fine
Uh,
to be shipped like that.
I was in cargo the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that the amount for like fish and something else, like the amount they're allowed to ship,
Mm-hmm.
went up.
Really?
And so they were thinking like, oh, because they're trying to get like bigger planes. That's
Maybe.
the rumor that I've been hearing for like
A
couple years.
long time.
And we got all those tow bars, the new tow bars. Did you guys ever push out in those new ones?
No, they look annoying.
Yeah,
like
'cause-
way more work.
They're a little different than the ones I had when I was at a Velo, but those you kind of have to get straight in order for it to detach.
Yeah,
And we would detach them from the pushback first and then the airplane.
we're doing the airplane and then the
And then
push.
just pulling it
Yeah.
back. They're not the exact same. They're different. But
Okay.
I think those are rated for like
Bigger.
bigger airplanes.
Yeah.
Which if Southwest does get that, we're not going to get them here
No.
because we have nowhere to put
Park
them.
'em. Yeah.
Maybe the T
With
gates.
T-gates. Oh my god! But if we started working those T-gates regularly,
Oh, we're doing it now.
but the computer setup is completely different. You have to do special logins. We have no like stanchions, signage to tell people to where to stand. So I just say, hey, I don't got any signs, so you're just gonna have to put on your listening ears. And when I call your group,
So you work
you gotta
T
come.
gates.
Unfortunately, yes. Also, the jet bridges are bigger, which is great because we have the international big planes go in there, but we don't have any markers. So like lining up the
Just
jet
guessing.
bridge is all guesswork. So like if you park it over too far on accident, like you won't have space to open the door. So you got to make sure you're like over.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's no marker on the floor. So we have like on our jet bridge where the floor lines up to the door, we have like a little piece
Yeah.
of tape to help us line up where the jet bridge needs to line up to the aircraft door in order for the door to open without hitting the side. But on those jet bridges, they have tape, but it's for all different aircraft that aren't ours.
Because Note 737s really
Go there. Yeah. And so like I went out the other day and I was like, what aircraft was here? Because I was like above.
I was probably British Airways.
It
I
was.
think
It had to have been the British Airways one because I was like above our plane by so much, and I had to push the button down, and I was like, before I even pulled it up. So the pilots were like waving at me, just laughing, and I was like, I don't know, sorry. Like,
There's been a couple times when we would work, like especially the international flights, when we'd have to tell them like them to move the jet bridge out of the way.
yeah, that actually happened on one of my flights the other day. I had to work T-gate. I've been working a lot of T-gates recently, unfortunately, but Provo couldn't get in the front because T1's jet bridge was in the way. They like couldn't pull in at all, or they would have hit. So we had to do Provo service for the forward galley from the aft and just walk everything. Yeah, but they got it figured out because I guess they didn't use much in the forward anyway. They're like, we just need ice. So one of the Provo suits just walked up a bag of ice,
And that was it.
and that was it. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but I was like, that was
sounds
also
terrible.
a very nightmarish flight in general. Like everything that could go wrong could have gone wrong.
You know, as much as we like, I'm like, I don't want to talk about work. I always end up talking about work.
I know. Well, you made
It's-
us watch an airplane
yeah,
movie,
that's
and
true.
we work for an airline. So
No, but
what do you
it's-
think?
Even
what's
even
gonna
when I'm not at
happen?
work, like I'll bring it up or people will ask me, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it, but then I end up talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I guess
Yeah.
this is just my life.
Yeah. Well, everyone with the recent news about our airline has been
Yeah.
sending me things, being like, "What happened? What's going on?" I
Somebody
was
sent me
like,
that. They were like, I appreciated it. They were like, are you okay?
Yeah.
But just like,
oh no.
I was like, I don't understand what
They just send me the things and they expect me to be like, oh yeah, da 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 da.
my
But I
family
just
does
never
that same too.
respond.
They're like, oh, what about this? I'm like, I'm not the CEO. I don't know.
I'm just a little person.
Yeah, I just put bags on planes. Leave it alone.
Bags on planes. I go up, I show up for my paycheck, and I
And
leave.
they leave.
Or I try to leave.
Try to leave, but sometimes they don't let us.
People are allowed to live here, okay?
Not on my watch. All right, so final thoughts on this movie. What
Oh my gosh.
what ranking do you give it?
Like, would I watch it again?
Yeah.
It's
It's such a quotable movie, though.
I mean, but like, I don't think
Is this your type of movie, though?
no. See, I would probably say no. Like, the kind of satire comedy just isn't, I don't think, what I would go for.
So, like, scary movie, like the Hot Shot movies, Naked Gun movie.
I don't like scary movies in general, but yeah, but the scary movie, yeah.
movie.
I know what you're talking about, but
You don't like scary movies either.
I also don't like scary movies, like horror. Anything.
Oh, she loves horror.
Because that's great for you. Love that for you, sweetie. But I live to overthink. And I live alone on the first floor. And so like I used to love watching Criminal Minds. I watched it all the time, high school, college. I've probably seen all the seasons multiple times. I can't watch it anymore because I will overthink and I will keep myself up at night and I won't be able to sleep because I'll hear one little sound or Raider will bark at something. And I'm like, oh my God, it's murder. I'm going to die.
Especially if they die.
Yeah.
Yeah, a dog barks at night. You're like, what is it?
And I'm like, and it could just be like the tree.
Yeah, your
Like-
your experience is a little different than mine because I'm a man. So, not that they couldn't do that to me.
Yeah,
but
not that you couldn't get murdered.
But I think you're the likelihood of something. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe like if I had a roommate, I'd be a little more comfortable. But like,
Or maybe lived on the second floor.
Second floor, probably no, not even that.
Not even that.
Yeah.
I prefer living on the bottom.
Oh, my first floor is so much better.
Yeah. I like it
I have
here
a bigger
too, 'cause
patio.
my neighbor, like, she makes noise, but I never complain about it. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you don't complain about me, I don't complain about you. Like,
That's how I feel like my upstairs neighbor
and then
and
they're
I
pretty.
are too.
I mean, she does wake up like a little bit early.
Yeah.
But I'm like, whatever. Like,
no, it's like.
all right. So this is not a movie that you would watch again.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't think I'd watch it again. Like, and then I find out there's an airplane too, and I'm like, what would the plot of that even be?
They
like,
go to space.
They go to space?
The scenario is a little different. It's they get hijacked while going to space, and the hijacker is Sonny Bono from Sonny and Cher.
Okay, but like, if they were planning on going, wouldn't it be in a rocket ship instead of an airplane?
It's a rocket ship.
Oh, then why is it called airplane?
I don't know.
Oh my God!
It's a space shuttle. It's like it's like the space shuttles. Does that help it a little bit that it's a space shuttle, not an airplane?
No, I still think it's dumb.
I think a couple years after, yeah.
Yeah,
it was still 80s.
The first one was 1980, and I think the second one was like 82 or 83.
Yeah.
Like
that was before the Challenger, right?
I think that's around the time they started. No, they before Challenger, yeah, because Challenger was 86. It was 86.
Okay.
It was a couple months before I was born.
Yeah, it was like 84, but you said 86.
It was January. Which, by the way, the movie that I want to watch with you is on the Challenger. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
There you go.
I love this movie. This is like, I think, a movie that I've seen probably like 50 times.
Yeah.
And kind of like with Kirsten, that you see it, I've seen it obviously complete, but sometimes I'll just see it in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And then I still quote the movie. Like when someone says like, oh, I need help in the room, or like, what is it? Oh, it's where I sleep, but it's not important right now. Or like surely you can't be serious. I am serious. Yes. And don't call me Shirley.
And don't call me Shirley.
Yeah.
I mean, I will give it that it is very quotable. It was pretty funny, but I don't know. Maybe if I was hanging out and someone was like, let's watch it, I want to watch it, I'd watch it again. But if I was just hanging out at home and choosing a movie, it's not one that I'd be like, yeah, that one.
Yeah, like legitimately, I don't think I've seen it by myself. It's usually like me showing it to other people.
Yeah.
Like there's other comedies that I've just watched, right? Like Nacho Libre. That one, love that one. Dumb and Dumber. But like, yeah, I think I'm with you on that too, that it's not in a movie. I'm just gonna be like, oh, let me put it on.
Yeah.
It's usually me showing it to somebody else.
And be like, look how silly this is.
Yeah.
Look how ridiculous.
And you know what? They don't really make parody movies that much anymore.
No, not really.
Because it got a little stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then like what culture?
and it wasn't
How
in the
dare
beginning.
How dare
And
you?
that movie wasn't a little bit stupid.
How dare you? You know-
like woke culture though. That's also the influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why Scary Movie 6 is coming up this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of it,
Because of the weigh-ins.
They
Well, they also did Don't Be a Menace, like the parody version of that.
Yep.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood or something stupid like that.
just like that. Yeah, there was that whole thing.
Yeah. I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot. So I think we'll just wrap it up there. If we ever do this again, what kind of movies are you into? What's your vibe?
What's my vibe?
Rom-coms? Wuthering Heights?
I have not seen that.
Magic Mike?
I love the book Wuthering Heights too much that I don't think I would enjoy the movie. So I'm just not gonna pay money to see it. And maybe one day when I'm bored and it's streaming for free,
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
With Margot
what-
Robbie?
She's a pretty lady. What do I like? I like science fiction, sci-fi. Fantasy. I mean, I do enjoy comedies.
I'm not really big into fantasy.
I don't-
Sci-fi. Would you consider Star Wars fantasy? That's sci-fi, right?
That's sci-fi. Yeah.
Or is it a sci-fi fantasy?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's Google it.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll think of something.
Jurassic Park was my favorite movie when I was 4.
Oh, Jurassic Park is a great movie.
So I also like Pride and Prejudice. Of course, I have
course.
to like.
Girl. I could have told you that.
Oh my God, what is the Princess Bride?
That's a great movie, yeah.
Also very quotable.
I didn't see that movie until I was older, but
Oh my
it's
gosh,
good.
I was raised watching that movie. Loved that movie.
That one is one of those movies too that I've heard, and I've been watching a lot of movies recently that are like that. That I've heard the quotes and I've heard stuff in pop culture, and I'm just like,
But you've
where's this
never
from?
seen it?
But yeah, never seen it, and also too like, where's
Yeah.
this from? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's where the inconceivable,
Inconceivable.
Yeah.
Well, maybe one night we'll have to flip the switch, and you'll have to watch a movie
That was
for
my
the
Andre the
first
Giant
time.
impersonation.
I know. Good job.
Yeah, and then was it Inigo Montoya?
Prepare. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Which, by the way, that guy's not Latino.
Yeah.
Great Latino accent
Yeah.
or Spanish accent.
Good to know.
I think it was supposed to be Spanish, so
Yeah.
they're conquerors. So let's just let's pump the brakes on that.
Ooh.
Conquistadores.
Ugh.
And Cinco de Mayo coming up. Wow. All right. All right. Anything else, guys? Happy Women's History Month or whatever.
Yay.
I'm surprised they didn't do anything at work for it. Yeah. They usually do something for everything.
I probably forgot.
But you know how like they said we could wear shirts for